Greetings everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm your host Wayne Sales, and today we're going to react to a highly anticipated movie, The Marvelous First Family, The Fantastic Four, First Steps. Let's check it out.
You mortals do not understand the magnitude of what approaches.
Before everything changed,
Liftoff will start in T-minus 10 seconds.
before we went up the first time, you couldn't turn invisible. Ben wasn't a rock, and Johnny never caught fire.
Whatever life throws at us, we'll face it together.
The Fantastic Four. I have seen worlds fall to him. I have seen civilizations erased. There's nothing you can do to stop him. Unless you find a gateway.
A gateway to where?
To another timeline.
Galactus is no mere force of nature. He is an inevitability. Yet even inevitability can be controlled. And you know that better than anyone, my good friend.
Well, interesting. I find this one to be a very interesting trailer. I like what they're doing. It looks like the Thing looks comic book accurate. He does a good job. It looks really good. Actually, all the players in here look like they fit their roles fairly well. I like the idea where we see the action where the Thing is running, he's moving around. Johnny bursts into flames, of course. Sue, I like what they're doing with her invisibility and force shields, where it kind of adds a palette of color to the force shield as well. So that may be pretty interesting. Granted that Sue is known to be the most powerful member of the team, there's so much more to her than just invisibility and force shields. A whole lot more. But hopefully they'll explore that as they move along. Reed, it was the only one that didn't really show much of his abilities. And I think they may be holding that back. That might be simply because it's either really going to be really good or they're still working it out, trying to figure out how to do it. The stretching thing, it looks like you could only go so far. But if they do it right, it could be quite amazing. I remember in some of the books where, excuse me, where Reed was able to not only stretch, but he could constrict his muscles so tightly to where his muscle tissue would grow and he would become super strong. I think he could hold it for like a limited amount of time, like maybe about 30 minutes or something, but during that time this guy could become a pretty good powerhouse. And not quite on the Thing's level, but not too far off. So, and Reed always said that his elasticity and is like a afterthought, and his main power was his brain. And because the man was already a genius before they got exposed to the cosmic rays. But after the exposure, it appears that his brain power increased quite a bit. So he's really something else. I think what's really going to be neat in this film, they're going to have to display or, kind of show just how smart Reed Richards is. He's not just your average guy. He's smarter than Tony Stark. He's out there when it comes to brain power. So I want to see him put that into practice and people realize just how formidable he is and how capable he is as a leader. So I think they started out with a great shot of Galactus, which is outstanding. We all wanted Galactus. We don't want the Cloud from the old 2000 movies. We get an actual image of the big purple giant. And I think that's going to pay off. Now Galactus will be able to alter his size. So at one point he may look a little smaller, but I think that's only because he wants to. And at a certain point, he will be a super giant, bigger than the planet, and so on. So I look forward to that. I think so far it has a lot of promise. Now, it wasn't as super action-packed as I kind of was hoping to get a little more of that, but I do believe that it was a very good start. So have high hopes for this one, and as we get the Marvel Universe back on track. Now, I did mention Silver Surfer. It did show here briefly that the Surfer is a female in here, which I'm not a big fan of. I think I'd heard of a story in the alternate timeline, which this is one, where the Silver Surfer was a female. But that didn't hang around too long, so I think eventually we're going to get Norrin Radd, the man, the original Silver Surfer, but he comes later. For now, this female, we'll see. I did a previous video called The Wrecked, which I'll link to this one so you can check it out. Basically, my thoughts on it. Hang in there. We'll keep watching. And that comes out in July, so we want to be ready for that one. All right. Well, thank you again for tuning in for the talk. And if you remember, please like, share, and subscribe. And join us again next time for the next review. Thank you again. Take care.